Ravenswood, Jackson County Airport,
so we're going to
automated
look at
weather observation.
122.8. Why? Because that's where it says Unicom 122.8. You on the sign there?
Yes.
Unicom means the frequency everybody's going to be talking. Okay. See how we're up to 1200?
Yeah.
So now we're just going to. All right. Flight instruments is set. So our speed is 0, so it's reading 0. Now, you may sit a little different from me, but this is really, you want to be even with the line going across.
Okay.
So this is adjustable to the pilot height. So if you're short or tall, okay, you want that dot right across the line.
Okay.
Where you're normally sitting. This is a digital compass, and we match it to the magnetic compass. So this is 2.1 and a half. So we push in this and spin it to 2.1. There's 2.2, 2.1 and a half. Little hash mark.
Yeah.
So we match that. That's called slaving. We're going to slave the digital gyro to the magnetic compass. All right. So that instrument's. We're not going up or down. So our vertical speed is 0, which is good. We set the altimeter to elevation, which is 759. Okay, and our turn coordinator, which is also a gyro. Okay, it's sitting there nice and level because we are nice and level. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that's good. Now we're going to do a taxi brief. We're going to taxi, make a right, go out to the taxiway Alpha, make a right. Oh no, go make a left. We're going to take off runway 4. Okay. So we brief what we're going to do, and then we call it out. Then we do it.
Okay.
If you notice, I told you what we're going to do. Then we do it. Okay. That's. I want you to get that mind frame. Everything we do, brief it first, and then execute.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to say is the 4 W's. Who, where, and what. So we're going to say Ravenswood, Jackson County, which is the FBO, and the traffic around us. November 4680 Romeo, at the hangar. To where?
Okay.
And then what? We're going to taxi out to runway 4.
Okay.
You want to do it, or you want me to do it?
I want you to do it. I want to see
Okay.
how it's done.
Hold this. Okay, so we're going to hold the button. Ravenswood, Jackson County, November 4680 Romeo at the hangar, taxi for runway 4, Ravenswood, Jackson County. So you'll end the transmission with the airport that you're at, unless it's towered.
Jackson County air traffic, Helpnet 2 over downtown Ripley, will be orbiting the courthouse 1,700 below, Jackson County.
Oh, they're going to the courthouse. Oh boy. All right, so now we set it, now we got to do it, okay? So, I'm going to use the brakes, okay? But watch how and when I use them. So
Okay.
we're going to release the brakes, and the plane's going to add a little power, and then I'm going to add the brakes.
Okay.
And that checks to make sure we have brakes, okay? So that's what we've done here, and then we're going to turn right with right rudder. Feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. We're looking around. Our head's always on a swivel. And then if I need to slow down, which I need to do, I just how that slows down.
Yeah.
That's it. You can use individual braking, use both brakes, or you can use the parking brake.
Okay.
Whatever you feel like. Now, you want to try to taxi with the yellow line between your feet.
Okay.
And your recommended speed is at a slow jog. So more like this.
Alright.
Now, depending on your taxiway, you can go downhill, uphill, and boy, you'll speed up. Remember, it's got a big propeller swinging up. Okay? Now, the wind is almost coming directly behind us, so we're going to leave this alone. If the wind is coming from behind us to our left, we go down, away. If it's over here, back on center here. If it's coming from my right shoulder and behind us, go down and away. This baby's picking up speed. Who wants to, oh, I know it. We got a little tailwind. The plane's getting pushed. Okay.
Action traffic, Cardinal
Bring your
5280 is 14 miles east of the field, descending to downwind runway 28. Action.
What airport that was. But you'll pick up other airports. So we're taxiing at slow jog, depending how fast you jog. Okay, and I like to come, when I come here, I like to come at an angle. Straighten out the rudder. And the reason is one of our checks we're going to do before takeoff requires us to run up the motor to do a quick check. And I don't want to blast the plane behind me. I can pick up a rock and ruin their day. Okay? So, there he is right there. I see that. Okay, so we're going to go run up. So our taxi is complete, run up checklist. With parking brake, we're going to review the landing light, instruments, the mixture, throttle, engines. We're going to check the RPMs and between each magneto. This is all running at 2,000 RPM.
Okay.
We're going to check our vacuum gauge. Vacuum is running this instrument and this instrument. Our carb heat, throttle will bring back with carb heat and make sure that we can idle. Okay? And then we'll do run up complete. Okay? So go ahead and run power up to full. I like to do this checklist up here because if those brakes release, we're going forward. If my head is down, I can't see it. Alright, so mixture is rich, throttle 2,000, pull back to 2,000.
Jackson County traffic up at 2 over downtown Ripley, 1,500,
Now, we click
1,700
once
back
to the
up.
left, and then back. We see a drop. 2 clicks to the left. And then drop. Okay? Alright, now, our vacuum gauge, our ammeter, the electricity that the alternator is producing, and this is a load meter. It tells you what it's loading up to. When it loads up to 40, it's max. So we're good there.
Okay.
Okay? So we checked all that. Mixture's good, flight instrument's good. Alright. Carb heat. That puts some exhaust air back inside, warms it up. In case it was cold weather, you can get icing in your carburetor. Not a good day. Okay? And then we come to idle. Do we idle? Yes. Carb heat's off, come back to 1,000. Okay? And that is your run-up checklist is complete. Before taxi, we're going to set our trim tab way in the back. Our fuel pump is on. Yep. Fuel pump is on. We're still on the right tank, fullest tank. Our mixture is full rich, all the way in, it's full. Carb heat is off. Doors are closed and locked. Closed and locked. Flap set to, we're going to leave them in normal. Our landing light is on. Transponder, we're not going to use, we're flying local. And departure brief, okay? So our departure brief is simple. We're going to depart runway 4, and we're going to make left traffic, go to the practice area. We'll show you the controls and what a practice area looks like, okay? And also do some basic maneuvers. Now, on takeoff, if we have any issues with the airplane at all whatsoever, we're just going to bring it to idle and vacate the runway.
Okay.
If we take off and we have any engine issues that keeps us from continuing, then we're going to bring it to idle, vest, glide, land airplane, vacate the runway. If we take off and we're at an altitude and we have no runway, we have an engine problem, we're going to look to our left, look to our right for the best
Jackson County traffic, help 2 miles.
and then we're going to land off field. We do not come back to the airport. If we're at pattern altitude, staying into pattern, or we're above, and we have any engine issues, we turn to the nearest runway and come back to land, or land on a taxiway, whichever is safest.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right, if you do, just holler out. We got to turn our air conditioner off, although I'll leave that up to you.
I feel good.
Okay? So now it's release the brake, release the brake. All you got to do is lift up on it. There you go. Okay? And that's good, releases the brake. So feet up on the toes, and right about now, press the brakes. Good, that's how you come to stop. Now we're going to look. Nobody in the pattern? Nope. Ravenswood, Jackson County, November 4680 Romeo is at runway 4, departing VFR to the practice field 5 miles to the northwest, Ravenswood, Jackson County. Everybody heard that? Okay, release the brakes, right hand on power, left hand on the yoke, right here.
Okay.
Just a couple of fingers, that's all you need. Then we're going to start. This is a rolling start. Go full power. And hold it in at full. Hold it right there. It's about 2300, great. Engines are, T's and P's are good. Airspeed is alive. At 60, we start pulling back. So pull back with me. There you go. Just hold that. Pull back. Pull back. There you go. That's it. You want to keep it right about 80.
Okay.
And you're heading runway 4. Okay? I'm on the controls with you. Anytime I'm on the controls with you, don't freak out.
Alright.
Now, if at any time I need the controls, I'll say, my controls. And you'll respond, your controls.
Okay.
So let's practice. My controls.
Your controls.
My controls. Alright? So I'm getting tired of holding that thing back. So now, see how that kind of holds up on its own?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to turn left. We're across the river, and we're at 1,200 feet, 400 feet above. So we're going to say, Ravenswood, Jackson County, 4680 Romeo's turning left cross wind for runway 4. Going to do a downwind departure to the northwest via VFR, Ravenswood, Jackson County. All right, see how I don't have that whole pressure? That trim tab is holding that up for me. All right, now we want to go follow the river, so a little left rudder and a little left aileron. There you go. A little left rudder. The plane wants to go to the left anyway. So, as we're looking, that sight picture is our most important instrument. Okay? If you notice, the panel is right at the horizon.
Okay.
That's called a climb attitude. Okay?
Alright.
When we go out to the practice area, we'll level off, and that'll be a straight level attitude. When we come down to descent, the nose will be down below the horizon. That'll be a descent attitude. Teach 3 attitudes. Okay?
Okay.
Climb, straight level, descent. That's it. How's our airport?
Good.
All right. Excuse me. Now, if you look at the right wing,
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the two smokestacks. You see the two centers?
Yes.
Our practice area is right in between them. And I'll show you the northern boundary as well. All right, so after we leave the pattern, our hand comes off the throttle, okay? The hand, if you're trimmed out, the hand can come off the control, okay? We want to climb at 100. So we're perfect, okay? 500 feet per minute climb, 100 miles an hour gives fast forward speed combined with enough airflow coming into. If you climb at a high altitude for too long, start blocking that temperature.
Okay.
And that airflow and that temperature starts coming up. Okay?
Okay.
Now, our practice area is over here, and we follow the horseshoe bend around. See how the river goes around?
Yeah.
So you just tuck inside, and all you got to do, give it a little right rudder. Just a little bit. Watch. The wing starts to go. And then you can assist it a little bit. And so all we want is a bank angle. Okay? Because the plane wants to continue banking. When you add bank, it wants to continue banking. When you add pitch up and down, it'll correct itself eventually. Same with the rudder. But ailerons is your least stable flight control. So we add minimum. So we stay coordinated. We want our tail following our nose. And that's called coordinated flight. Now the way to stop that banking is add a little left rudder. Now watch. The plane rights itself up.
Pretty cool.
Did we add aileron? And that's how we stay straight and level, because think about it, that's about 15 feet behind us. That's 15 feet of leverage managing this aircraft. You know how a ratchet turns a socket?
Yeah.
The longer the handle, the more leverage or torque you can put on. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to go up to 4,500. We're climbing up to 4, so we're going to start leaning the engine. And the reason is, as we go up in altitude, you learn in your ground school that air's thinner. There's less air up here to burn with the fuel. So we got to lower by weight that. And so generally with this aircraft in mind, it's about this knuckle here, the second knuckle. We come out here, we bring it to right the beginning of the knuckle.
Okay.
All right? Now watch how we do this. Come out here, and we start pulling slowly. I'm talking millimeters. And we're going to hit a spot where we're pulling too much. See how it starts to drop?
Yeah.
Okay? That's lean. We're leading the engine. Okay? And so what we want to do is push in just a little bit to that. We get back to that peak. Okay? Now, once we get to that peak, we are on the lean side of the peak. You can be on the rich side of that peak, or on the lean side. Alright?
Alright.
And we'll do that many times. Alipilus is just down there. Now we're about to level off. Okay? And so all we want to do is slowly push down. Got about 100 feet to go. Now watch what happens to your speed as you level off. What's it doing? Going up, down, or?
It's increasing.
Increasing! Watch what happens if I don't trim that out.
Right back up.
Alright, so push down towards straight and level. Right about there. Hold that. Straight and level. Okay, straight and level. See how your rising is? Now for you, I don't know where you're sitting, but it may be a finger, 2 fingers. It may be even with the hand hold. It may be a certain rivet.
Yeah.
Let's do it right there. Straight and level. Okay, that's straight and level. Feel that pressure?
Yeah.
trim that out by going counterclockwise. Feel that pressure go away?
Yeah.
And you want to stay about 4,500. The problem is we speed up, which creates more lift, so we got to come down to about 2,400,
Okay.
which is inside. All right. Sometimes you have to do that 2 or 3 times to tweak it. All right, we started descent, so a little too much. All right. Now, you see the Pomeroy Bridge over there?
Yep.
That's our northern part of the practice area. All of this is practice area, and from the power plant to the Pomeroy Bridge all the way around. Okay? As you see, there's the Gallipolis runway way out there.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a runway down there. Another reason I like practicing here. If I'm practicing on the northern side of my practice area and I have engine trouble or mechanical problem, something I gotta get down,
Right there.
right there. Don't be a hero, get down. Okay?
All right.
Alright, so let's get it back a little to see how we got a little power decrease. Take it to 2,400, beg your pardon. Now, anytime we do maneuvers in the practice area, we do clearing turns. Alright, so give me a right 90-degree turn. All it is a little right rudder. That's it. We're at a nice bank angle, so you actually hold it with the opposite. Sometimes you gotta, otherwise the plane wants to overbank. Okay, let's add a little power, pull back, because we're dropping altitude. Alright, and now we've made a 90-degree turn, and practice area clearing turns, by rule, is 2 90-degree turns or a 180. Since we're at the northern part of our practice area, we're going to do another 90. Go ahead, 90-degree turn. Pull back a little bit. There you go. And those sight pictures that you're looking at, that's how you're deciding what my bank angle is, my climbing, and my descending. You're also going to feel it. You're also going to hear the engine wind, unwind. Okay? So you want to do it nice and easy. Alright, I'm on the controls with you. Stay under control.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so straight and level is really all about getting the plane in equilibrium. I'm not climbing, I'm not descending. How do I know? I'm at my straight and level spot. Whatever is for you in the left seat. I've got a spot in my head. So when I turn though, I'm going to put that horizon on a certain spot on my panel. The trick is for you to learn what that is for you in the left seat.
Okay.
Okay? So, give me a turn to the left, 90 degrees. So, see that road out there? Get the nose pointing. Now, we're losing altitude, so a little back for there you go. And find where that is. How much back pressure do I need? And it's not going to be a whole lot. It's just a little bit. The plane flies coordinated. Alright? And then to stop the turn, add our opposite rudder. See that road out there? That patch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, we're going to turn to the right. And so I want you to see the river bend way out there, not the left one, but that river bend. Turn to the right. Yeah. A little back pressure. A little bit. Yep. Real nice. There you go. Nice adjustment. Alright, a little left rudder. A little bit. Let it do its magic. And watch the plane. Feel that? lift fully, you notice we popped up.
Yeah.
You got to keep that in the back of mind. Every time I level from a turn, my nose is going to want to pop up. Just keep it straight low. Up, 2400. Okay, now that straight level climbs, turns, excuse me. Now we want to do a climb.
Okay.
All climbs are at full power.
Okay.
Full power. You know, full power all the way. And then you climb up, typically in this plane about 100 to 110 miles an hour. So right about there, and then you do what?
Trim it.
Trim it, pitch power, and tell me when the pressure's off.
Right there.
Isn't this better?
Yeah.
Now that I'm climbing, ATC and traffic control may say, hey, 4680 Romeo, turn 90 degrees to the right. They'll never tell you 90. They'll tell you usually 30 degrees. So give me a turn to the right as you're climbing. So panels above horizon. And there we go. And then you just hold that. A little right rudder, because there you go. More coordinated. Yep. Keep the turn coming. Very good. Yep. When you get to the river, stop the turn, but keep the climb.
Okay.
Feel that push as we started?
Yeah.
You look at the wind's getting behind it. Those are the little things your body teaches about how the airplane is reacting to the air. Alright, so a little left rudder. Excellent. Great job. Alright. Now give me a left-hand turn. Same thing. Now the plane wants to turn left anyway. So just pull back. So see how the plane wants to take the pressure off the rudder. The plane wants to turn left. So actually you got to add a little right rudder to fix that.
Okay.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But there's 4 reasons for an airplane to want to turn to the left. Okay? And we'll talk about it on your ground, but those are the kinds of things that you got to know how your plane works.
Yeah.
You want smooth inputs, smooth controls. Okay?
Okay.
Alright? We're going to level out when we face smokestack.
Alright.
Okay, your controls are... Very good. Alright. Now level off. So we level the wings and come straight and level. Alright, trim that out. So you want to go counterclockwise. That pressure.
Okay, let's go.
And then pull back to 2400.
Alright.
Might have to do an adjustment. That?
Yeah.
Very good. Alright, now, so we did straight level turns, straight level and turns. Now we're going to do descent.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, smokestacks to our right. So pull power by pulling out 200 RPM. Go to 2100. A little more. And a little more. 2100. Now, we have 2 things. We can descend at whatever speed that gives us. Sometimes you have to do that.
Okay.
Or descend at a certain rate or a certain speed. So I pulled power. So on a descent, if I choose to descend at 100, I'll pull my nose up. Watch. I'm going to pull my nose up and hold 100. Keep pulling the nose back, pulling the nose back, pull the nose back. There you go. To 100. And then you trim out whatever that pressure is. That's how you descend at a speed. Okay?
Okay.
Pitch, power, and what? Trim. Time to change pitch and or power, you adjust the trim. Fancy that, it gave us 500 standard descent. So we want to learn how to turn left on a standard descent. So start to turn, the plane will want to go there. And you want to turn with the nose pointed down at 100.
Okay.
So you want to keep that turn with the nose descending. See how the nose is slightly below the horizon?
Yeah.
You want to keep that. So don't get fixated here. You always want to be scanning. If we got to adjust something, we adjust. We're descending too fast, we add power. If we're descending too slow, we reduce power. Okay?
Okay.
When we get to Gallipolis now, add right rudder and stop the turn, but with the descent. Now watch how the wings pop the nose up a little bit, and we're about 105, okay? So, remember, if let's say I want to descend at 600,
Okay.
full power, and watch the descent go to 600. But I got to keep the nose at the same angle. If I'm descending too fast, I add a little bit, add in 50 to 100 RPM increments, it'll be just fine. No big movement, no reason for big movement unless we're dodging one of the geese or one of the east line out here.
Okay.
All right, real good. But we want to keep our scan up. And come down. Up. All right, this has been real good. All right, so what do we want to do now? To the right. To the descent down, but turn to the right. There you go. There you go. If I want to do it slower, I add pitch, trim, pull back and add trim, pitch, trim. I descend at a slower speed.
Okay.
If I wanted to descend at a slower rate, I start inching power out. Give us a 180, we'll head back home.
Okay.
All right, now some new students get confused between the smokestacks. Remember, single and the double.
Okay.
They're not always firing, but you have to look at them, okay? And when you see the river out there,
Yeah.
level the wings, but keep the descent. Beautiful. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the old Kaiser smokestack.
Oh yeah.
All right? That's home. So
Okay.
bring us home, James. Okay, I'll make the call. Ravenswood, Jackson County, 4680 Romeo, 10 to the north, inbound for full stop, Ravenswood, Jackson County. All right, now we're descending. So how do we stop a descent?
Pitch up and
Add power, and then pitch as necessary.
oh okay.
You want to mitigate the descent, okay, by adding power first. You want to go to your cruise. So when I tell you, go to about 2400 RPM. But
Okay.
you got to keep your look at it. Your scan up. Pretty soon I'll have your head on a swivel. Have a rule out here. Who do we trust? Very good. So we got to keep our head on the swivel. So anytime I got to look for something, like a power setting, keep my scan up, stop, read it, and keep my scan up. Stop, my scan. Okay? And you'll learn to do that over time. Now, we're going to land on 4. Let's check.
Celsius. Dew point 1, altimeter 3022. Remarks. Present weather identification not available. Lightning information not available. Ravenswood, Jackson County Airport. Automated weather observation 1447 Zulu. Weather wind 090 at 3. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 17 Celsius. Dew point 1, altimeter 3022. Remarks. Present weather identification not available. Lightning information not available.
Get all that?
Ravenswood, Jackson County Airport. Automated weather observation 1448 Zulu. Weather wind 090 at 3. Visibility 10. Clear below 1.
All right. So that means if we come on runway 4, the wind is coming from the right to the east. Okay. So we'll have a right crosswind. So we're almost into the wind. Yeah. If we look at that smokestack, that's about right. All right, so stop the descent by adding 300 RPM. Go ahead. When you add power, you're going to get a left turning tendency. A little more. And look how the descent has stopped. Okay?
We're going to do a turn out to the south and come back in.
Very good. We want to stop about 500 feet above the pattern. Ravenswood, Jackson County. November 4680 Romeo is 4 to the north, inbound, full stop. Expecting runway 4, Ravenswood. There you go. And so that
Any Portsmouth traffic, got a 150 inbound. We're about 6 miles north. Go straight in, 18, full stop.
we're getting that wind across these rolling hills here. Nice. Still better than the mountains, though.
Yeah.
All right. Where's that smokestack? Should be to your left. Yeah, there it is, to your left. Good. Ravenswood, Jackson County, November 4680 Romeo is entering a left base for runway 4, Ravenswood, Jackson County. Okay, my controls. Take a break. All right, so when we're coming to an airport, what we want to do is remember people are leaving and coming in an airport. Busy, can get busy really fast. So
Any Portsmouth traffic, 150
So
is
we
5
take
miles. Final.
the pattern
18.
altitude stay
Full
above it
stop.
because that's what our expectation is, that people are in a pattern. So if we're above it, we can see it.
Okay.
All right? So we're going to set up for a landing where we start with the approach, about 1900 RPM, and hold the nose, not pull up, but just hold the nose. Get on the control with me. See how that, just holding the nose to the horizon
Mustang traffic.
leads it off, right? So we trim that.
Where will be departing the area west Mustang.
Okay? We're a little too close in. We're going to add flaps. notches of flaps and come down about 1400 RPM. Trim that for about 80. One about 80. Ravens of Jackson County, 4680 Romeo's going to do a right 360 on the left base for runway 4. Ravenswood. Call the teardrop or right 360.
Okay.
And we're descending down to
And
pattern
Portsmouth
altitude.
traffic, 150, 3 mile final, 18.
Doing everything at 8.
Alright.
No big high banking. If we do bank, we're banking with the nose on a descending. We have 2 notches of flaps, so we have 1 to give. And we're at pattern altitude. So we're going to add power. Up 1500. And we're going to line ourselves up with runway 4.
Yeah, Chris,
Okay.
yeah, we're beyond
Little right rudder there. We're going to fight a crosswind a little bit.
Yeah, we're good.
So we're going to lean into that crosswind.
Okay.
And a little left rudder. Stopping to descend for a little bit. Go right over that factory.
Alright.
All right, now we know we're getting pushed, so we got to be prepared for that. So you have to lead with the ailerons, but you keep the rudder nose on with the rudder. Okay. So this is rudder to keep straight.
Alright.
If the wind pushes us, we lead to it. How much? It all depends. Okay, we're on final. Ravenswood, Jackson County, 4680 Romeo on final, 4. Full stop. Okay, on final, 3 notches of flaps. Full trim, which is there. Keep it at 80.
Traffic South 129er 18, approximately.
To gain experience, we'll get it down to about 70.
45 for left downwind, runway 18, Portsmouth region.
Now we can come on idle. When you come on idle, that nose really wants to drop, so you got to hold it up at 80. Hold it up at 80. Go like this, you're too slow. Go like this, build up speed.
Okay.
And we don't want to add speed to this because that's energy that we got to dissipate. Okay? Those bumps. Yep. All right, now we're going to come to that stripe. We're going to pull up just a little bit, up to the next stripe, pull up a little bit, and we're going to just hold it right there where we can still see the runway.
Okay.
Let the nose come down. This is why I like both brakes. Both brakes allow even braking because, especially on a long flight, you're kind of fatigued, been hitting left rudder a lot, right rudder a lot. One of the legs is more tired than the other.
Yeah.
Slam on the brakes, I want to stop, I'm done flying. Well, you can veer off. All right, I'm going to turn the air conditioner on. Okay. Then we're going to taxi. Now we're going to wait till we cross that line. Okay, so now we're going to do the after landing. First we're going to say Ravenswood, Jackson County, 4680 Romeo is clear of runway 4, Ravenswood, Jackson County. Flaps up, which means lever down.
Okay.
Carb heat. Fuel pump. Off. Transponder we didn't use. Okay, so we're going to go out here and I'll show you how to bring the airplane in.
Okay.
Give me a little gas. Oh, release the brakes. Yep, that's all.
You on the air, Joey?
Roger, what's up?
They found your Stratus laying out here on the ramp.
Roger. Okay. I wondered where it went. Okay, so we're going to aim for a tight.
Okay.
And when we get to the fuel pump over there, and a hard right. Okay. Now, we have a float for shutoff. It's top, down, all the way across. So we're going to go off, off, off. Out. Brake. Teeth goes back up here so everybody see the magnetos are off.